Archangel Michael says, a thick silence is settling around you right now and it feels like something heavy is about to fall. The energy that surrounds your name has shifted, and people are whispering behind your back more than ever before. There's been a decision made in secret, and you weren't invited to the table. You're going to feel the weight of this soon. It's already starting to settle into your chest, quietly and slowly like a storm cloud. Someone who once praised you is now part of the group that decided to leave you out. You are being rejected, not for what you've done wrong, but because of how strong your light has become. Your silence is being mistaken for weakness, and your kindness for vulnerability. They thought you wouldn't notice the shift, but Archangel Michael says your spirit is far more alert than they realize. This rejection is not random, it is part of something hidden, planned, and pushed by someone who envies your power. You were supposed to be chosen, but you were pushed out instead. And now, your heart is asking why. The betrayal comes from someone you least expected, and this wound will take time to heal. But what they don't know is that God is still watching you, still writing your story. Type Amen to get blessing 333. God says, I saw what they did behind your back. I heard what they whispered when they thought no one was listening. I felt your spirit shatter in that moment you realized you were left out. There is a paper signed without your name. A seat was offered, then pulled away just before you reached it. Someone blocked your path intentionally, not because you weren't worthy, but because you made them feel small by simply existing. You were marked by greatness, and they could feel it. That's why they couldn't handle you. That's why they built circles and closed the door before you got too close. They were never going to admit your value out loud. They saw it, they felt it, and it scared them. And so, instead of celebrating you, they rejected you. Type Amen to get blessing 917. Archangel Michael says, do not mistake this rejection as your final fate. There's something deeper happening here. You are being redirected, not discarded. The pain you're feeling is real. God saw every tear, every breath you struggled to take when they shut the door. He watched them erase your name from things that were meant for you. They want you to stay quiet. They want you to walk away thinking you failed. But the truth is, they failed to contain your light. There's a higher circle forming that your enemies aren't invited to. And God is preparing your seat at that table. The rejection was a push into divine realignment. Type Amen to get blessing 864. They thought removing you would silence your destiny. They thought cutting you off would end your rise. But your roots go deeper than their gossip. You weren't created to fit in. You were designed to stand out, and that's the very reason you were rejected. You shine where others dim. God says, it hurts now, but this pain has a purpose. There's a reason why you were made to watch others succeed while you waited. Your time is coming, but first, He needed to show you who never deserved to sit with you. Some people only love you when they can control you. And the moment they sense your breakthrough, they begin plotting to bury you. That's what this rejection was. Type Amen to get blessing 221. You weren't rejected because you failed. You were rejected because your presence threatened their comfort. And they couldn't let that happen. God is allowing you to be isolated because elevation needs silence. Your next chapter requires separation. Some of the people you trusted were only a sign to your past, not your future. Archangel Michael says, "You're not losing them, they're losing you. They're losing access to the most powerful version of you. And they'll regret how they treated you when the next door opens." God is rearranging the people in your life. The ones who betrayed you just revealed who they truly are. The mask has slipped, and now you know. Type Amen to get blessing 708. You gave love and got rejection. You offered trust and received betrayal. And still, your heart kept beating, your spirit kept shining. There's something coming that they tried to block. They knew it, they felt it, and they feared it. That's why they acted before you saw it. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. God is lifting your name from the floor to the ceiling. What was once forgotten will now be favored. They underestimated the fire within you. They counted you out before God counted you in. And now, your rise will terrify them. Type Amen to get blessing 559. Rejection doesn't mean abandonment. It means protection from what could have ruined you. God allowed it because He saw what you didn't. The ones who rejected you are not ready for the level you're going to. They don't have the capacity to handle what's about to come through you. That's why the separation had to happen first. They laughed when you cried. They celebrated when you stumbled. But they didn't realize you were planted, not buried. Archangel Michael says, "Your silence is not defeat, it's power. Your patience is not weakness, it's divine alignment. And very soon, the tables will turn." Type Amen to get blessing 644. You will rise from this rejection stronger than ever before. You will glow in front of those who doubted you. Your silence will speak volumes when God elevates you. They won't know how to approach you once your blessings arrive. They'll stutter when your name gets celebrated by people they never reached. They'll watch as the one they rejected becomes the one everyone honors. God is writing a chapter they won't be able to read. You will speak in rooms they'll never enter. And your success will be the answer to every insult they threw at you. You are being rebuilt in silence. Rejection was the loudest clue of your spiritual promotion. And they'll regret ever letting you go. Type Amen to get blessing 510. You are walking through fire now, but it's shaping you. You are walking alone now, but it's refining you. You are watching doors close, but new gates are unlocking. This pain was necessary. This silence is sacred. This rejection is your resurrection. God says, "I had to take you out of their hands before they destroyed your purpose. I had to allow this to happen before you settled for less. I had to reject what you wanted to deliver what you needed." They'll soon wonder how you survived. They'll wonder how you kept going after what they did. And that will be your quiet victory. Type Amen to get blessing 982. Archangel Michael says, I'm guiding you through a new path where their names are no longer present. I am holding your spirit while you rest from the chaos. I am clearing the fog from your soul. The ones who hurt you thought you wouldn't recover. But you are still breathing. You are still standing. You are still rising. They whispered failure behind your back, but heaven whispered favor in your spirit. What they called rejection, God calls redirection. You weren't abandoned, you were redirected. You didn't lose the blessing. You were moved away so you could find the real one. And when it comes, it will carry glory so loud even your enemies will hear it. Type Amen to get blessing 449. There is something powerful coming. Something bigger than the rejection you faced. Something larger than the betrayal you felt. God says, I'm preparing something with your name etched in gold. I'm designing a blessing that fits you perfectly. One that won't need you to shrink to fit in. They may have rejected your name, but heaven has recorded it in glory. The place they denied you from was never your final destination. You are going higher now. The silence you're in is heaven making space. The rejection you're healing from is proof that you are not ordinary. You were meant to be set apart. Type Amen to get blessing 733. You gave them the best of you, and they gave you silence. You gave them loyalty, and they gave you distance. But you'll look back and realize, God gave you protection. They rejected you before a breakthrough because they couldn't go with you into the blessing. That's why they pushed you away. That's why you feel alone now. But you're not alone. You are surrounded by light you can't see yet. Covered by angels you haven't met yet. God says, I will not let this end in your pain. I will not let rejection be your identity. I will raise you up from this place and set you on higher ground. Type Amen to get blessing 124. Archangel Michael says, this is not where your story ends. This is the place where you transform. This is the moment the rejected one becomes the chosen one. And they will see it. They will watch your name rise again. And they will feel the weight of what they let go. You are stronger than you know. Your spirit is wrapped in divine protection. And nothing they do can stop what God is about to do in your life. Keep breathing. Keep trusting. Keep walking. The rejection is behind you, the revelation is coming. Type Amen to get blessing 820. Your silence is growing into a sound that will shake rooms. You have no idea how close you are to being remembered by the very ones who forgot you. The same mouths that spoke your downfall are about to whisper your name in shock. God says, the ones who doubted you will eat their words. You will walk past the same places you were once rejected, and they will look at you with awe and disbelief. You are becoming something they never thought you would. The more they pull away, the closer your breakthrough gets. Every closed door added pressure to your spirit, but pressure creates diamonds. And you, my child, are becoming unbreakable. The pain you carry is shaping you into the person they can no longer manipulate. You don't need their acceptance anymore. What's coming has nothing to do with them. Type Amen to get blessing 118. They told lies to bury your name. They twisted your intentions to make you the villain. But truth has its own voice, and it's rising from the ashes now. God saw how hard you tried to be good. He saw you bend, adjust, and shrink yourself just to be enough for people who never intended to keep you. And He decided, no more. This rejection is saving you from a future that would have drained you. You were being set up to be used, and God stepped in. The delay is protection in disguise. Archangel Michael says, what was meant to destroy you is being reversed. Your name is being rewritten in heavenly ink. And those who erased you will soon need your permission to speak it again. Type Amen to get blessing 429. They tried to define you by your lowest moment. But God is rewriting the narrative. They saw one chapter and judged the whole book. You were not created to be understood by everyone. The rejection is painful, but it's teaching you that not every room deserves your presence. You're learning now that rejection is redirection. You will smile again, this time from a higher place. Your tears are turning into fuel. The more you were left out, the more power heaven poured into you. They didn't just reject you, they released you. And God is using that release as the ignition to your calling. You're being launched forward by what was meant to break you. Type Amen to get blessing 202. God says, I'm using your loneliness to reveal your real strength. No one can stop what I'm placing in your path. No hand can undo what I am sealing. The people who tried to silence you are about to witness your rise in public. Your glow will expose their shadows. They'll know your name not because you begged, but because heaven elevated you. You don't have to explain your absence anymore. You don't have to defend yourself to those who already made up their minds. Let the rejection speak for itself. The silence of those who walked away will echo louder than words when your blessings arrive. They'll know. They'll remember. But it will be too late. Type Amen to get blessing 612. Archangel Michael says, your destiny was too large to fit in the space they gave you. That's why it felt tight, wrong, and suffocating. They were trying to contain someone who was made to overflow. They wanted your fire but couldn't handle the heat. They wanted your wisdom but hated your voice. They needed you, but their ego couldn't accept it. They thought rejecting you would break you. But all it did was birth a stronger, wiser, and more powerful you. That version of you is who they now fear. You won't need revenge. Your glow-up will speak for you. God is making sure your name becomes proof that rejection was never the end. Type Amen to get blessing 345. They will scroll through their phone and see your face in places they never thought you'd be. They will hear your name in circles they tried to keep you out of. And their confusion will be your confirmation. God is not done showing them who you are. They shut the door, but they couldn't touch your crown. You were always royalty, they just didn't see it. The spotlight is moving in your direction now. Your silence built a stage, and heaven is pulling the curtain. What happens next will shake those who once laughed at your pain. You're about to become a testimony. Not of how you were rejected, but of how you were resurrected. They thought it was over for you, now they'll see it was only the beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 963. God says, "My child, I didn't forget you. I just needed to show you who never truly stood by you. I had to clean your space before your next blessing arrived. You begged to stay in rooms I was trying to remove you from. You cried for hands that were harming your destiny. But I loved you too much to let you stay. Now you're lighter. Now you're clearer. And now you're finally ready for what's next." The rejection removed the weight you didn't even realize you were carrying. And in that space, I'm placing power. I'm placing peace. I'm placing purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 807. This is your reintroduction. You're no longer the person they thought they knew. You've transformed, and your spirit has become untouchable. You are being pulled into a season that doesn't require you to explain your worth. It will show in your walk, your words, and your wins. They'll feel it without you saying a thing. Archangel Michael says, "The doors they closed on you are being replaced by gates made of gold. You won't have to knock this time. Heaven will open them wide. Your name will be called, not whispered. Your light will be celebrated, not hidden. And the ones who rejected you? They'll only watch from a distance." Type Amen to get blessing 674. Even now, heaven is shifting things in your favor. Even now, your name is rising in places beyond your understanding. Even now, what once felt like a breakdown is becoming your breakthrough. You were never meant to be where they tried to keep you. You were born to fly beyond their ceilings. That's why the rejection came, it had to. They will miss you before they admit they need you. They'll feel your absence in ways they never valued your presence. And by then, your wings will have already carried you far away. God says, "Do not return to where you were rejected. Do not shrink to be seen. You are no longer seeking their approval, you are walking in divine assignment." Type Amen to get blessing 188. Stay still. Stay strong. Let the rejection echo. You don't need to force anything anymore. The people, places, and positions meant for you will find you without manipulation. Heaven is aligning it all. You're not walking alone, you're being escorted by angels. You're not starting over, you're starting greater. You're not forgotten, you're being prepared. God says, your reward will be greater because the pain was deeper. The rejection was real, but so is the restoration. And what's coming is more than you prayed for. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You've reached a point of no return. The rejection didn't just close the door, it burned the bridge behind you. There's no going back, and that's a blessing in disguise. God says, "I am lifting you from this place of sorrow and building a new path ahead, far from the ones who failed to see your worth. You cried at their feet, but I will make them watch as you rise. You begged for their attention, but now I will command their respect. There's a shift in the air, can you feel it? That's your spirit ascending. The silence you're walking through is sacred space for divine transformation. Archangel Michael says, you have been covered in spiritual armor that no man can see. While they aimed arrows of rejection, heaven deflected them all. You are walking into destiny untouched. Type Amen to get blessing 112. There is no apology coming from them. They believe their rejection was justified. But God will use your elevation to prove every word they spoke was false. They painted a version of you that suited their narrative. They needed to turn others against you so they wouldn't have to face your truth. But God is revealing the real you now. Every delay, every betrayal, every silence, they were steps toward a greater glory. The pain was a path. The rejection was the red carpet to the promise. You will stand tall in front of those who once made you feel invisible. You will smile from the mountaintop while they watch from the valley below. That's what God is preparing. Type Amen to get blessing 607. This is no longer about revenge, it's about resurrection. You were buried in silence, but God's breath has found you. He is lifting you with hands unseen. They mocked you when you fell. They celebrated your silence. But they never imagined you'd rise from ashes and carry fire with you. God says, I will not let their actions define your outcome. I am redeeming every broken piece. I am restoring what they tried to destroy. Their plan was rejection. My plan is restoration. And I will make sure your name is cleared, your hands are blessed, and your soul finds peace. Type Amen to get blessing 335. Your life is about to shift into something they can't follow. The same people who rejected you will not be allowed into this new space. It's a closed-door season now. God says, my child, I did not allow this rejection to break you, I allowed it to free you. You didn't belong in that place. That circle was never worthy of you. The room you were pushed out of is falling apart. And the one I've built for you is waiting, filled with light, favor, and divine encounters. Archangel Michael says, you're walking into a future where no one will question your worth again. You'll be known by the glow they tried to dim. And your silence will speak louder than their noise. Type Amen to get blessing 547. They didn't believe you were strong enough to walk away. They expected you to beg, to chase, to fold. But you held your head up and turned your back on betrayal. And heaven applauded. Heaven opened new roads. And angels went ahead to prepare what you couldn't yet see. There is divine activity around your name. There is spiritual motion behind your next step. And you won't have to fight for it, God is placing it gently in front of you. They will wonder how you did it. They'll ask how you made it through. But only you and God will know what it cost. Type Amen to get blessing 290. Rejection was the test. And you passed. You didn't give up, even when it felt like your soul had been ripped apart. You held on to your integrity while they played dirty. You kept your peace when they wanted war. And that strength is what heaven is rewarding now. God says, I know it wasn't fair. I know you didn't deserve to be left out, left behind, left broken. But you remained faithful, and now, I will be faithful to you. The light that's coming will be so bright it will erase the memory of every dark moment. You won't even recognize the pain once the promise arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 416. They never truly knew your heart. They saw your outer shell and thought they understood your spirit. But you are deeper than they could ever comprehend. They rejected what they never bothered to explore. They feared the power of someone they never truly listened to. That's why it was never about you, it was about what you represented. You stood for truth. You walked with quiet confidence. And that made them uncomfortable in their false security. God says, my child, you are no longer under their gaze. I've pulled you from their stage and placed you on a higher level. One where only the pure can walk beside you. Type Amen to get blessing 753. There's a softness returning to your spirit now. The storm has passed. The grief is lifting. The rejection didn't kill you, it revealed your resilience. You're not the same person anymore. You've matured in silence. Grown in isolation. Transformed in pain. Now you rise, not for revenge, but for rebirth. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove to yourself that your spirit is eternal. Archangel Michael says, they pushed you down and expected you to stay there. But God lifted you higher than before. Now your position can't be touched. Type Amen to get blessing 874. They left you in a season where you needed them the most. And God noticed. He saw the exit, the betrayal, the ghosting, the lies. He saw your heartbreak. He counted your tears. He heard what you didn't say. And now, He is moving. The spiritual winds are shifting. And the tables have turned. This rejection is now a receipt. Proof that you survived the worst and are now stepping into the best. Heaven has cleared your path. Type Amen to get blessing 266. God says, I know they made you feel unworthy. I know you felt disposable. But my love is not temporary. My approval is eternal. They were never your source. They were never the root of your purpose. I am. I am restoring your name. I am reclaiming your peace. I am rebuilding your future. The rejection that crushed you will be the very thing that lifts you. And they'll all know, who you are in me. Type Amen to get blessing 501.